Let's get it going again, ladies and gentlemen. You already know it. Boys are back in action. This is the Dirty 630 show. We are DocSports.com. I am Griffin Murphy. Alongside me to my right or my left, whatever you want to call it, is Nick Menken. And we are back for another winning day in the books. I have to rehash this. I checked the comments immediately, and I was not happy by any means because I went up and opened up my app. I'm not allowed to tell you guys the book that I use. I opened up my app. And sure enough as hell, I saw we did lose that 14 parlay. So, ladies and gentlemen, rehashing on Tuesday. So we were up 25% total entering Tuesday. So we did not hit that 4-leg parlay. I looked at it wrong. So we ended that day actually dropping 5% on Tuesday. So that brought us to 20% in profit now. So we hit that 2-team parlay. That was plus 270 odds. So we ended up only dropping 5% profit on Tuesday. But, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, back in action, got it rolling. Nick, how about it? We hit the line. We hit the Houston Astros on the money line. That was a 2-team parlay for plus 260. Then our 3-team parlay. Those odds were 1,065. White Sox first 5 innings, that pushed. We had the Rockets. We laid the 3.5 points. That smacked. We had the Pirates on the money line. That smacked. That's 6% profit in the bag. Then we had Washington, the Capitals, on the 60-minute money line 3-way regulation as our 5% bow and arrow shot. Boom, smack that 5%. That is 11% profit on the day, ladies and gentlemen. We are up since last Monday, 31% on the Dirty 630 show. And we run this show Monday through Friday. We give out 12 picks on the show. We try to get it up by 1 p.m. Eastern time. And we're getting ready to go live soon in the next few weeks. So stay tuned on that with all that action coming forward. But with all of that being said, Nick, what do you got going on at the website over at DocSports.com? And what do you got on tap today?
Yeah, we're going to take a step back here today. Yesterday, we had a 7-unit banger there in the NBA. We had the over in the Golden State Warriors and the Houston Rockets there, over 204 or 204.5 points. It finished at 203. It ended our streak. We're still 9-1 in my last 10 selections, but that was just a bad beat right there. Jimmy Butler goes down in the first. Wasn't expecting that. Thought the over was going to hit, but we'll bounce back. We got one 4-unit play going off tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, looking to get that profit back or those units back. And then as well as the Diamond, we got a 2-pack, and the NHL, we have a 3-pack card, ladies and gentlemen, looking to stay hot here in the playoffs. Griff, what do you got going on tonight?
Yeah, brother, absolutely. I do want to rehash really quick before I let them know what I got going on at the website. So just for all of you guys that know, obviously, yes, or with the screw up of us screwing up and me thinking we hit that 14 parlay, we take every one of these wagers. We have a couple games that are always a little bit different because they are premium selections. So we don't post those tickets in the morning. But if you guys go and follow at Nick Menken and at G Murphy Wins, we post our tickets nearly on an everyday basis. So go on X, go on Instagram, go check that out. Follow us, and you guys will see we post this system. We run this system ourselves every single day. We're up 31%, just like you guys. We're actually up a little bit more with an exception of a couple other games, but those are just through our premium selections. But I wanted to let you guys know that I did not open my app up for a specific reason because I had 20 dimes on my 8-unit play of the year on the Tampa Bay Lightning. That was the same morning that I had to wake up thinking we hit the 14 parlay. So I thought, you know what? We got a little bit of it back. No, sir, we didn't. I read the comments. I opened up my phone. Even more blood. Give me a damn break. You want to talk about blood? I went to real quick story. Went to the dermatologist yesterday. Nick already knows.
Where are we going with this?
I go to the dermatologist yesterday. So I have a tattoo on my bicep, and I've had this little like bump thing there for 3 years, maybe longer. Said, you know what, the hell with it. I'm gonna go get this thing checked out. Guy checks it out. He's like, it's not cancerous. He's like, we can remove it if you want. I was like, all right, just remove it. Like I just take the thing. I don't give a damn. Let's do it. Then I asked him, I said, is this gonna hurt? He goes, no, only when they numb you up. I said, great. So I lay in the chair. I get numbed up. I felt it a little bit, whatever. Nothing hurts. And I'm thinking, all right, this is easy, great, all this. Next thing you know, I wake up and I'm upside down. I almost died yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. I woke up, my face was purple. I was pulsating sweat, absolutely ridiculous across all cylinders. I looked at the doctor. I said, does this happen every day? He goes, oh, yeah, it happens all the time. Bullshit. I don't believe you, doctor. I do not believe you whatsoever. He was
Day
lying.
in the life of Griffin Murphy,
does not
right
happen often. I almost just went down. So we're back in action. Boys are fired up. We swept our baseball card yesterday, going 2-0. We went 1-1 on the NBA hardwood, and we did go 0 for 2 on the NHL ice. So today we're bouncing back. I pulled out the sniper rifle for NBA. I have a 6-unit ML or NBA best bet tonight. That play goes off at 10 p.m. Eastern time. Then on the ice, sniper rifle. I have one selection. It's a 4-unit best bet. That play goes off at 9:30 Eastern time. And then on top of that, 3 plays in the MLB, 10 units loaded on tap, as well as props and soccer. We're fully loaded, dialed in, ladies and gentlemen, ready to attack. Sorry, I wanted to give you guys that story. I almost died yesterday. Real happy to be here.
The Griffin Murphy blog today. Let's get back to it. Come on, give me the secret sauce.
The blog, let's go, baby. And for
give
you
me the
new members,
secret.
For you new
Secret
members,
sauce. We're going back to
that.
We're going back to that secret sauce, baby. Come on.
We're going to get it out. But for you new members, head on over to DocSports.com/free60. There, you can go grab yourself a free $60 account. You could use that free $60 on our premium selections, our absolute best bets. If you guys want to jump on any of Nick's premium selections today, you could use that $60 towards his package. If you guys don't like Nick and you like me better, as you should, jump on my packages as well. And if you guys don't like either of us, well, we've got 12 other handicappers on the website. That $60 will work for them as well. But with that being said, Nick, hit him with the sauce. Let's get dousy in this.
There we go. Let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. We got the secret sauce, the habanero. We're sticking to it. 11% yesterday. Let's do it again today. We got a 4 parlay system here. You know what it is. We got two-team parlays. We have 1 3-team parlay, and we got 1 Hail Mary granddaddy of them all, 4-team parlay. Griffin and I will go off increments of $100. We realize you guys have profit in this account. Stick to that risk. If you were betting $5 to begin with us, you better be betting that $5. Your $20 on that whale bet. Stick to your $20 on that whale bet. And Griff, talk to me about that whale bet.
Absolutely. And as Nick just mentioned, we give out 4 parlays during this show. Each one of those parlays, you are going to be risking 1%. So as Nick just mentioned, if your 1% is $5, you stick to that $5. So as we give out 4 parlays, all risking 1%, we will be giving an individual selection. That is our 5% whale shot. That is the bow and arrow backbone. So to say all 4 of those parlays lose and our individual selection hits, we are automatically up 1% profit on the day. That leaves us with a system that only needs to hit 50% win rate across all plays, ladies and gentlemen. But with that being said, Nick, what time is it, baby?
Parlay time. Let's go.
Let's roll. Let's rock. We're on the ice. NHL playoffs. Game number 1, we got the Toronto Maple Leafs rolling into Ottawa to play the Senators. Senators minus 130 on the money line, total sitting at 5.5. There's a ton of public money pouring out on Ottawa in tonight's matchup. Toronto, they still lead the series 2-0. And in goal differential, they're up 9-4. Toronto's been in the top of the league all season long across all cylinders. We're getting them at plus money here tonight. Give me the Leafs on the money line. Odds of plus 115 as I expect them to come into Ottawa tonight and stretch the series to 3-0. Nick, hit them game 2.
Game 2 on the diamond. We got the Tampa Bay Rays and the Arizona Diamondbacks here. The Arizona Diamondbacks slight favorite on the money line, minus 135 here. The total sitting at 8.5. The Rays, they won yesterday in extra innings. They're 7-6. Corbin Burnes will be on the mound here for the Arizona Diamondbacks this season. He's had a rough outing. In his 4 starts, he has allowed 3 home runs in 4 starts there. He is 0-1 to start the season, 21 innings of work. He has a high end of an ERA sitting at a 4.64 here, while Rasmussen will be on the mound here for the Tampa Bay Rays. His ERA, while it's under 1 here at a 0.87. I think the bats stay hot here for the Tampa Bay Rays and take down the Arizona Diamondbacks again with Corbin Burnes. So give me the Tampa Bay Rays money line over the Arizona Diamondbacks. So for our first 2-team parlay, we are taking the Toronto Maple Leafs money line, and we are taking the Tampa Bay Rays money line at odds of plus 350, ladies and gentlemen. Let's head on over to our second 2-team. Headed back to the ice. We got the Florida Panthers taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning here. The Lightning, a slight favorite again after losing game 1. Minus 125 here on the money line. That total, though, sitting at 5.5. The Panthers, they whooped down this Lightning team in game 1, 6-2. Kachuk, he came back, first game back, scores 2 goals there. In their last 6 games, though, ladies and gentlemen, reverse each other. This over has hit 6-0. These teams score every time they match up here. I love this over. I think there's a lot of goals scored here. This is a must-win game in my eyes for this Tampa Bay Lightning team. You don't want to go 0-2, headed back to the Panthers there. Give me the over 5.5 goals here in the Florida Panthers and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Griff, hit him with game 2.
Game 2 staying on the ice. We got the Vegas Knights minus 155 on the money line, rolling into Minnesota to play the Wild. We have a total sitting at 5.5. We got a series split at 1-1. Minnesota, they've been known for the road dominance all season long as they went 23, 13, and 5 on the road. Meanwhile, Minnesota, they've actually proven to play better on the road opposed to playing at home. Dating back to dating back to 2023, ladies and gentlemen, Vegas, they're a dominant 8-1 against Minnesota straight up. We're getting them at decent odds here straight up at minus 155. Let's ride it, as I believe Vegas makes the series 2-1 in their favor after tonight's matchup. So for our 2-team parlay, we're taking the over 5.5 goals between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Florida Panthers, and we're taking the Vegas Knights on the money line, odds of plus 200. Now, before we get into our third leg, ladies and gentlemen, I'm always going to touch up on the volatility of this system. Always going to do it in every single damn show. So if you've been tuning in since the end of February, well, you already know the words that are coming out of my mouth. If your 1% was $5 when we started this show, your 1% should still be $5. And if your 5% bow and arrow shot was $25, your bow and arrow shot should still be $25. You do not change a damn thing with this system. You stick to the system. You stick to the script. This is a system where we want to hit them hard and get out. Hit them hard and get them out and get out. When we go down, it's nothing more than just climbing a ladder to get back in a profit before you can blast these bastards again. So you got to stick to the script system, stick to the script, run the rules. Do not change anything. But with that being said, let's get into our three-legger, baby. We're on the diamond. We got the Pittsburgh Pirates rolling into LA to play the Angels. Angels minus 150 on the money line. Total sitting at 9.5. Los Angeles, they're looking to avoid a 3-game sweep against Pittsburgh here tonight. Los Angeles tonight, they're backed up by Tyler Anderson. Anderson's been sensational this year. He's 2-0 on the year, 21.2 innings of work, a dominant 2.08 ERA. Los Angeles, during last season, they went 44-69 during night games, and they went 19-30 during day games. The Angels are a team that you want to bet under the lights at home. Tonight, we got Anderson to back them up under the lights and at home. Give me the Angels on the money line, minus 150, game number 1. Nick, hit them game 2.
Game 2, headed back to the ice. We got the Winnipeg Jets and the St. Louis Blues here. The Jets, slight favorite, minus 120 here on the money line. That total sitting at 5.5. The Winnipeg Jets, they come into game 3 with a 2-0 lead here, ladies and gentlemen. This St. Louis Blues team, this is their season on the line here tonight. You look at both of those games, it's been a lot closer than the score has indicated here because this St. Louis Blues team has great defense. I think it steps up tonight at home. They got their fans behind them. Give me the St. Louis Blues here in a must-win game over the Winnipeg Jets for game number 2. Let's head to our third and final game of this 3-teamer. We're headed to the Diamond. We got the Seattle Mariners and the Boston Red Sox here. The Red Sox minus 185 on the money line here. The total sitting at 8.5. This line is favored because Garrett Crochet is on the mound here for the Red Sox this season's having a season for himself. He's 2-1 here. 32 innings of work, ERA just over 1, sitting at a 1.13, and also he has 35 strikeouts on the season. He is averaging a strikeout here per inning, but he'll be matched up against Wu for the Mariners. Wu, he's looked sharp too this year to start. 2-1 on the season. This offense has been producing runs as of the last 2 weeks here. I think they scratched 1, maybe 2 off Crochet. I like Wu to go at least 7 in this game against the Boston Red Sox. Give me the Seattle Mariners money line over the Boston Red Sox.
Take Crochet's ass down, baby.
We are taking the Angels money line. We are taking the St. Louis Blues money line, and we are taking the Seattle Mariners money line at odds of plus 720. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go to our Hail Mary, our granddaddy of them all, baby. Headed back to the NBA hardwood. We got Oklahoma City Thunder minus 9.5 here against the Memphis Grizzlies. The total sitting at 227.5. The Thunder up 2-0 coming into game 3 in Memphis. Doesn't matter for Memphis. I don't think so. They don't have the type of players that the depth of this Thunder team has. They are way outmatched in this series. I think Thunder blow them out. Doesn't matter where they play. John Morant and Bane cannot keep up with this dynamic offense for the Thunder. Lay the 9.5 9.5 here against the Memphis Grizzlies. Take the Thunder. Game 1. Griff, hit him with game 2.
Game 2, we're back to the diamond. We got the Colorado Rockies rolling into Kansas City to play the Royals. Royals minus 190 on the money line. Total sitting at 8.5. This is game 2, ladies and gentlemen, of a doubleheader. Game 2, not game 1. This is the later game. Michael Lorenzen gets the start for KC. Lorenzen, he's a solid pitcher, and he's yet to have a good start this season. Colorado, they're currently 27th in baseball when it comes to offensive runs per game. I believe Lorenzen has a perfect setup here at home in KC to shut down this offense. KC, they're currently on a 2-game winning streak. I expect them to sweep the doubleheader in today's battle and laying the wood here with the Royals to take this team down in game 2 of this doubleheader at odds of plus 105. So lay the 1.5 runs. Run line plus 105 for game number 2. Nick, hit him game 3.
Game 3, staying on the dime. We've got the Baltimore Orioles and the Washington Nationals. Nationals minus 110 here on the money line. That total sitting at 8.5. The Nationals actually taking 2 from the Orioles here. They could take the sweep. These Orioles look completely lost, especially at the plate. They're one of the worst offenses. And how about the pitching staff being the worst offense or pitching staff rotation in the Major League Baseball and an ERA at 30th in the MLB Baseball League. Ladies and gentlemen, this team is a falling knife. We're not catching it. The Nationals stay hot. They like to hit at home and produce runs early. Give me the Washington Nationals over the Baltimore Orioles for the sweep. Griff, hit them with game number 4.
Game 4, let's close it out. We got the New York Knicks laying 1.5, rolling into Detroit to play the Pistons. Total sitting at 214.5. We got a series split at 1-1 here. Detroit, they're coming off a huge road win in New York in game 2 of this potential 7-game series. That game ended in a 100-94 final. Detroit managed to win that game, hitting 45% of the field and just 22% from the arc. They dominated on rebounds, points in the paint, and Cunningham absolutely went off, dropping 33 points. I believe Detroit wins this game on rebounds and comes out ruthless from the arc and cleans this game up. Give me the Pistons here on the money line, odds of minus 120. So for our 14 parlay, we're taking the Thunder laying the 9.5 points. We're taking the Kansas City Royals on the run line. We're taking the Nationals on the money line. We're taking the Pistons on the money line. Odds of 1,160, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before we get the bow and the arrow out, we're going to calm down for 1 second and touch up on this always. The comments, the feedback, all of that stuff. I would have never known yesterday. I would have known until once I checked my ticket and saw we lost. Then I would have came on this show even more pissed off. Yesterday, I already ate it all up. It was a brutal day. I'm done with it. Although we did win on the cards, so that's a good thing, and on the show, most importantly. But the comments, the feedbacks, the likes. If you guys like this show, please give it a thumbs up. If you guys have anything that's on your mind, good feedback, bad feedback, please continue to throw comments out. And if you guys aren't already subscribed and continue to tune in, please hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. We get this show posted Monday through Friday by 1 p.m. Eastern time, and we unload 12 plays in every single one of the Dirty 630 shows. So we appreciate everybody continually tuning in. But with that being said, it's time to get back in action. Get the bow out. Get the arrow out. We're going back to the ice. Same game action. We got the Vegas Knights laying 155 rolling into Minnesota to play the Wild. Total sitting at 5.5. We know one thing for sure about this Minnesota Wild team. They know how to play defense. We got a total sitting at 5.5. This is already an incentive that we're going to see a low-scoring matchup. On top of this, the Knights, they ended regular season play 3rd in the NHL when it comes to goals allowed against on the defensive side. We're already on the Knights on the money line in this matchup. I believe this incentive goes perfectly with this play because we believe it's going to be a completely tight matchup. Give me the under 5.5 goals in this matchup is our bow and arrow, 5% whale shot. Boom, baby,
boom, baby. We saw both of these teams in their first 2 games reach that over. I think tonight is going to be a lot more intense, tighter defense here, playoff atmosphere in Minnesota. I think the first 1 to 3 goals here wins this game. Give me the under 5.5 total goals in the Minnesota Wild and the Vegas Golden Knights for our 5% whale bet, baby.
Boom, let's roll. Recap time. All right, let's do it. Parlay number 1. Take the Leafs on the money line. Take the Tampa Bay Rays on the money line. Odds of plus 350. Parlay number 2. Take the over 5.5 goals between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Florida Panthers. And take the Vegas Knights on the money line. Odds of plus 200. 3-team parlay. Take the Angels on the money line. Take the St. Louis Blues on the money line. Take the Mariners on the money line. Odds of plus 720. And our 4-leg party. Let's make a party. Let's get a party rolling in this baby. All right, 4-legger. Let's get back in action. We got the Thunder lay the 9.5. Take the Royals lay the 1.5 runs. Take the Nationals on the money line. Take the Pistons on the money line. odds of plus 1,160. And then our bow and our arrow shot, we're taking the under 5.5 goals between the Vegas Knights and the Minnesota Wild, baby. Boom, let's go. And as always, baby, we appreciate you guys continuously tuning into the Dirty 630 show, all the feedback, all that great stuff. We'll continuously get back to everybody, so please continue to chime in. It only helps us in the long run. But as always, this is the Dirty 630 show. We are DocSports.com. I am Griffin Murphy. Alongside me to my right or left is Nick Menken, and we will be back in action once again tomorrow on Friday by 1 p.m. Eastern time. So lock in and get it rolling.
Let's have another winning day.
Let's have a winning day. Boom, and we're out.